Good morning. Welcome. I'm awake. It's early. I'm just gonna keep pumping out what I feel like I need to pump out. I'm not doing a zodiac reading actually this morning. I'm doing just a reading for anybody who feels like they need it. I am setting the intention for this week. Okay, so I hope you'll follow along. This is just kind of free form, freestyling, figure it out as we go. I'm working along with my energy, right? And I have like 4 other really big projects and like actual channels that I'm working on. And maybe that's where you're at as well. It's Sunday and I'm like, I gotta get this together. Like, I need to have a plan. I can't just bounce around from one channel to another, what have you. I'm excited about all of them, right? And I'm excited about having another week. I know a lot of people don't walk into their weeks this way, but I am excited for having another 7 days of planning the things that I want to do. And I have a lot of things planned. I think a lot of people have a lot of things planned, right? I think a lot of people are coming out of lockdown. Hopefully we won't go into another one. I don't know how I feel about that. I actually kind of prefer the 1 in 4 people on the street. It's a little crazy out there. I also wanted to share with you, I've got to try and keep this short so that I can put it on IGTV. My long form ones are great. I got some great views last night for my 40-minute one, but if I can keep everything nice and short and succinct, then I can cross-pollinate amongst a lot of different platforms with one shot. So I'm trying to be as efficient as possible, but I'm in San Antonio. If anybody's been following me, I don't think you have been. I only have like 10 followers. But I'm back in San Antonio. I spent the night here on the way to Austin during the winter storm. It's your past energy, by the way. Grace, I am not taking, actually, I did not state that intention. You know what? I didn't state the intention before I started. I'm not taking reversals with this deck. But it gives me more information. I know. Oh, God. All right, I'm gonna do it. Anyways, I'm near a church, and it has bells, and the bells ring in the morning, and it's freaking amazing, and it feels awesome. And it's funny because in the Airbnb description, they were like, the only problem we have, like, as far as noise pollution is going to be the bells by this church. And I'm like, okay, that's amazing. They failed to talk about the gunshots. multiple times a day, multiple days, multiple nights. The house is amazing. Worst shower I've ever had in my life. That's why the hair looks like this, because I can't go underneath it. It's crazy. I'm like, it's crazy. And the neighborhood. But there's a fence around me, and so I'm feeling good about that. All right, where are we at? Like 3:45. Okay, I picked those up. Okay, they weren't for you. Oh, I reset the intention. All right, there we go. As y'all know, I did not sleep last night. Maybe you don't know. If not, go over to my YouTube channel. Same name. I pumped a couple of readings out at midnight or something in the middle. Like, I'm just not going to... If I'm going to be an insomniac, I might as well work. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, I just work all the time. I'm just like, no, I'm starting to like... And maybe this is where you're going. I'm starting to fit in because I'm doing what I love. And there's a lot of things that I love. I'm like, I feel like this. I feel like this. I feel like, ooh, there's something I can do in that. And I hate this word tranche, but I've been watching Undercover Billionaire. I just finished, what an amazing show, right? And Elaine from Southern California, she's a real estate, and I thought she made up the word, but it's actually a word. And it's like different tranches. And like, so I have my photography, I have my YouTube channels, I have my tarot channels, I'm starting a podcast as well. So I have a lot of different tranches, and now I'm realizing I can work in this way, because I was like, man, am I just like, you know, scrolling out like I have my entire life and not focusing? And it's like, no, I have tons and tons of energy, and I have a lot of interests. And so I'm just going to go ahead and spread it and this, okay, I think this is why we're not, what's the word, prescribing this to a zodiac, because I feel like a lot of people are in this, especially the folks that are really seasonally challenged. Like, it's spring, birds are singing, freaking things are flowering. I don't care if my allergies are like acting up. I can feel it, and I can feel, and there's a energetic, there is a planetary momentum. And here's the thing is, you got to roll with the momentum. It is Aries. Aries is in season. Take that fire and go, because we're about to come up on the rest of the year. And what does the the rest of the rear what does the rest of the year bring? What does the rest of the year bring? It brings retrogrades, major planetary retrogrades that can really throw a wrench into what you've got going on coming up. So right now is the time to get everything like installed and set and ready, so when the retrogrades come, like the next one we got a Mercury. I don't know about you, but it, you know, I am like a 6-planet mercurial ruled person, and that shit fucks with my electronics. Like, not gonna even lie. And my speech and my, like, so it's something that I have to prepare for, but it's also like a beautiful time, because I'm gonna be able to pump out a lot of content. I just may not be able to get it out, like literally physically out on the laptops or the phones, but I know that that's coming, and I know that's a bit of a break. So I know right now is the time to like go. So Aries, if you're feeling this, because I am feeling it, and we got a watery moon coming up, so I know I'm going to be laid out for about 3 days, and I don't like to play the victim or anything like that, but a water sign full moon for me is a lot of insomnia, a lot of intuitive hits, a lot of downloads, a lot of self-care, and a lot of just realizing, like, now this, I think, is the first time ever I've ever really planned for it or had an opportunity to plan for it. We're at 7 minutes. I'm like trying to keep, okay, so let's get into this reading. So what is the person that needs to know? I feel like I'm talking to all my Aries, even though I talked to y'all last night for 40 minutes. Go check out that reading. It's a cool reading. It's something that I've never really experienced before. I don't know if it was the timing or just I'm having a lot of personal breakthroughs, but so what can we expect for the next 7 days, Spirit? What did we just come from? How about that? All right, we just came from if anybody is watching all of my channels, this is what I love about tarot or cards or energy. It doesn't matter if I'm on IGTV or YouTube or TikTok or anything like that. Transparency keeps coming out. Well, I love that. And it lines up with the ring light. How cool is that? Oh, that's super cool. Transparency, like no matter what, like if you are in the vicinity of being a transparent spirit or whatever it is, this card's gonna come out. There are no, I mean, there are a lot of, I'm not going to talk about, yeah, we'll not go there. You're coming from transparency. What were you transparent? What was shown to you? How about that? That's a better question. We always want to concentrate on the questions, the quality of the questions that we are asking ourselves, that we're asking other people. I learned this actually from Tony Robbins, and it has followed me all the way through my spiritual awakening journey. Is the better the question, you know, the better the answer. And sometimes it's even difficult for me to ask myself certain questions like, why are you really, really self-sabotaging in this? And it's like, oh, because I don't feel good enough, or oh, I don't feel like I'm pretty enough, or oh, I don't this, that, and the other. Like, I know there's a lot of, you know, we all have our own things, our own self tranches that we have to get ourselves out of. Yeah, I just feel like I'm talking a lot. I've been talking a lot, and like maybe that's something that I don't know, even like my regular YouTube go-tos and everything like that. I'm just like, you're talking, but you're not saying anything. And then I've actually unsubscribed from a lot of people. There are a couple of podcasts and like YouTube channels where I'm like, y'all are right on. And now I'm like, I've seen a couple and they're like, they're gaining. This is where you see people gain momentum in something you may not necessarily believe, but they just, or maybe it's not that they don't believe, but they believe that something else or someone else's thoughts or ideas or what have you are going to gain them more followers or what have you, and they just jump on that train not realizing like the audience, the core audience that maybe had gotten them there, or I don't know. And I don't know where I'm going with that, because I know a lot of, well, I don't know that there's a lot of people. I don't have a lot of people that follow me, but I most certainly have people that know me from the past, right? And, well, throat chakra close up. I know that there's a lot of people that may be watching me right now that know me from the past. And people do change. I have changed. And I wasn't a bad person, but I most certainly was self-centered. I most certainly disassociated a lot. I most certainly tried to be as perfect. And I did not realize that I was trying to be all of those things. And that's how I came off. Like it was a really kind of big slap in the face to me to realize like my good intentions made me come off like I was a total prick. Really, like I would have had a hard time with me. So, oh, well, there's that transparency. Oh, what were we transparent about? I know last night it was like being transparent with about your true north. The compass, about your true direction, being transparent with yourself, right? Like realizing like what's going to make me happy. I love tarot. I love the cards. I love the energy. I can't stay away from it. I did for about 2 months. I got really, really jaded, because here's the thing is this is energy, but there's also magic involved. And there are magicians out there, and I have come across a couple magicians that like really, like I don't practice magic when doing this. I'm just reading energy, but there are definitely people that use their powers for bad, that are supposedly, good people of the community. And that was a really, really hard pill to swallow, especially for me, because I did not get into this wanting this, being magic, psychic, all that other stuff. This was never on my radar, ever, ever, ever. And so I've had to step into this and realize why everything in my life has happened, because I am this. And this isn't bad. A lot of people want this, but a lot of people don't realize how isolating it is, right? How isolating it is to know what people think about you when you walk in a room. How isolating it is to know what your friends feel like when you post something and you hear their thoughts. How isolating it is to be able to pull cards and just say like, man, this person presents this way, but they're not that way. How isolating it is to not be able to talk about it to anybody because people kind of sort of don't believe you. Like in their heart of hearts. And like I didn't believe myself for, I think I'm going on like 3 years now. I'm finally like, I'm coming out of the spiritual closet, even though I have like on paper, like having a channel and all this other stuff, but like really believing in the magic, like really like trusting in the magic. There's believing in it and then there's trusting in it. It's been a difficult journey trusting that the signs and synchronicities and the frickin' double of the double, the twos, oh my gosh, I just got more twos. Okay, sorry, like that's another, oh. It comes out of nowhere. It comes out of nowhere. So trust, whoever is listening to this, you need to trust in the magic. You have to be in a place that I am right now. Because if not, I wouldn't be talking like this. Someone needs to know that you have broken through. You have decided, made a decision to no longer self-sabotage. And now you've got this whole thing in front of you and you're like, what do I do? And this could just be coming down to all of the, like, you can go outside now. Like, maybe you're Canadian and like Canada's had a pretty severe lockdown, and it's like you can go down to the grocery store, the coffee store, or the whatever store, and you don't know which store to go to. It can be broken down as little as that, right? But it's the anxiety of the anticipation of the good thing. And I know in the past that has held me back, and maybe that's what's held you back as well. So let's get a present energy. Ooh, pardon. So I guess this is more of a connecting type of relationship here on this read versus like I'm going to read for your zodiac or what have you. So what can we expect? Woo! Murmur. All right. We said, okay, what was our intention? Our intention is we're not taking any reversals. Reversals hurt my brain. This is the card that keeps coming out, forgiveness. Number 2, crown chakra all the time. I'm super open right now. Thank God. I'm able to freaking a little bit. This Airbnb, whoever was here canceled. That's the universe working in my favor because I've had a brutal couple of weeks in some shared spaces. And I say brutal, I'm not trying to like kind of brutal though. Not gonna lie. Like one house, I was the only female of like 10 dudes, and you know, I go out and smoke and have a couple of good conversations with everybody on the cameras, everything like that. Next thing you know, it's not, see, that's the thing, it's not like people hitting on me, right? It's energy. It's the energy I can feel towards me. It's the people listening to hear when I'm leaving my room so that they can be in the kitchen at the same time that I'm in the kitchen. And maybe never say a word to me, but it's their energy and their intent that's on me. That's what I'm sensitive to. And then I go to a house and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be all females, awesome. I don't know if anybody watched what I put up, but I had a woman that was quite possibly one of the meanest, rudest people I've met on the road. And I had an inkling to take video of the next time I talked to her, because I was like, nobody's gonna believe like the tone that she's taking with me, right? And so I got her on video, and what are the Airbnb hosts gonna do? Say, don't be mean to the other, you know what I mean? We're all adults, and that's what the problem is, right? So I had a week of that, and then her bad-mouthing me to the other roommates, which I can hear, right? Her doing in the kitchen, and then them, and then their energy. So people don't understand that. People understand why I move every 7 days, and it's because it's energy. Like the guy that is the cleaner, or the owner of this house, like him and his wife, like who checked in and everything like that, they're having issues. That's not my problem. What my problem is I haven't seen his face, but I was almost laid out by his anger, his angry energy when he came in and cleaned the house. Like his anger literally laid me out physically and made me nauseous. And I didn't come out of my room. I was like, I'm not gonna meet this dude or look at him or whatever. And he wants attention, right? I can feel it. He wants to be heard and whatever, but like, I'm not going to expose myself to a vamp like that, or someone that has such feeling or welling up inside of them that they can affect me that much. Granted, I'm super sensitive, but this is another thing that people don't understand. Like that day, my tummy, even though, yeah, I had pizza the day before and knew I was going to have tummy issues, like that day, this is TMI, but like I'm sensitive enough that like my digestive tract goes out the window. It was straight liquid. And I was just like, what is going on? I was like, oh, okay. Like whenever I'm in a toxic situation, it's why I pretty much shit my pants for 2 years, the first couple of years of my marriage. Again, TMI, but I didn't know how all of a sudden I developed IBS, and I'd never had it in my life, and it was because of the toxicity. You can see how red my eyes are. I'm dealing with this, like I took my contacts out. I had to put one in so I could see and do something earlier, and I'm just like, oh my God, my eyes are so red. But you know what? I've got glasses on the way, and this is how the universe has told me to sit your ass down and focus on the small things. Focus on the things that you can see, which are only 6 feet. And like, oh, you can see the eyeliner. I use that, these things are so cool. I know. It's my channel. I do what I want now. It's magnetic eyelash. So I put on the thingy thing. I thought I lost the lashes last night. They are actually magnetic. Like, look at that. Like, they magnetize to each other. I put on the eyeliner and they stick to it. Granted, it's a little thick and I'm not going to put it on the under eye part or what have you, but like, best $20 I've ever spent in my life. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that until I get my Amazon affiliate link going on. So we're at 20 minutes. I'm already out of IGTV. But I feel like my YouTube, what are you, audience, won't mind this. Because you know what? You're getting to know me a little bit more. And that's what I realize connects me with the readers that I'm connected with. And if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it. And I want to hear it. If you don't like my broken tooth, you can go suck it. Until you can pay my dental bills, because I'm handling my root canals, you can go suck it, for whoever just had a comment about that. Thank you very much. Forgiveness and integrity. I feel like a lot of this is a lot of self-forgiveness, right? This is like, I've been going through this. Forgiving myself. In fact, I think this is what the title of this will be self-forgiveness. There it is. There are a lot of opportunities that I have thrown away because I didn't think I was good enough to finish them. And that's okay. I didn't have this. I didn't have the wherewithal. I didn't have the experience that I have in the past 2 years to know that I can. Like, not a big deal. And so I just had to be like, Mara, it's okay. You screwed up. You fucked up. But is there anything else that you could have done in that situation with the information that you had and the wherewithal that you had? And it's like, no. And so it was all meant to culminate here, right? But I still had to like process that, right? And process that I have wasted. And I didn't even know they were opportunities. Like, now that I've gone from literally the ground and up, sleeping in my car, to like staying in Airbnbs. I may be bitching about gunshots or what have you, but oh my gosh, and bitching about, like, right now I don't have any roommates, right? How beautiful of an opportunity that I have a freaking ring light that plugs into a freaking power bank, and like, how good is my life right now? It's pretty freaking amazing. I have Instacart, right? I worked Instacart and now I have Instacart. I'm very aware of where I'm at. And then I got really down on myself, like, how much have I wasted? And maybe that's what a lot of people are doing, like, you know, coming out of quarantine, like really coming out of quarantine. It's like, what did I do with all of this time? I just had a year. I just had a year. Did I spend a year feeling sorry for myself? Or sorry for others or whatever? Like, what did I do with myself? Like, things are opening back up. I think all of us are just like, yes, it's amazing, but it's also like, like shock, you know? Not necessarily for me. For me, the shocking part is I just really enjoy being by myself. And I'm not saying that in like I'm trying to repel other people, but I like people became nicer during quarantine. The difference in 1 week. The difference of 1 week of going to the grocery store, like right before things locked down in Arizona, and how people were treating and like bum rushing the grocery store clerks. And then the week after, where they had to stand 6 feet apart and they were like, please and thank you. And oh my gosh, manners. It was like, I don't know. And now everybody's like on top of each other again in the store and like even on the Greyhound bus. And but I'm also very sensitive to energy. So that could just be like a super personal thing to me, right? So integrity. Forgiveness, yeah, we're just throwing this up on the YouTubes because I've gone too far for the Instacart or Instagram reel, or not the reel, the IGTVs. I don't know. I'm learning as I go, but you know what? I'm actually learning. I'm actually doing it. I have so many social media accounts right now. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. So I'm like gonna pump out like tarot this weekend. I'm working on my photography. Like I've got to start another one too for my photography, like straight up photography. Yeah, it's been interesting. And then like making sure everyone has my new phone number, and that like if I lose one, and that the new email is attached to the old email or not attached to it. And it's been a lot. Maybe that again, I feel like I'm just in your energy. Whomever is, if you're still with me at 25 minutes, oh, we saw a 555 there. Is there a tower coming up? I'm not pulling any tarot, but that means change, right? 555 means change. I'm seeing a lot of twos, and I keep getting, I'm like, when is this Mercury retrograde? Because I'm already feeling it. I say that, but also when a couple of language wires get crossed. So clarify, integrity came first. No, forgiveness came first. Forgive. Who did you forgive? How about that? Ooh, a karmic. This is a karmic. This is like my only karmic card. Karmic friends, karmic people, karmic what? Ah! Oh, sorry. I just got it for me. Okay. Forgiveness is healing, right? It's healing for, like, it has nothing to do with that person, right? It does, but it's letting go. It's when they say when you forgive people, it's for yourself. It's not for integrity. Clarify integrity. Oh, what are your integrity? Around work and yourself. That's why I love these cards, right? Occupation. This can be within 24 hours to a month, but it can just mean like home, hearth, whatever is close to you. And then this is the current, which is us that we're talking about, right? Self-integrity, especially integrity around work, carrying yourself in a good way. And this was why I love playing with my cards, because I'm not playing with them. They talk to me, they tell me. And even when I lost my cards, I lose my cards, but I lost the ability to use them. I was able to feel inside and write notes to myself and everything like that to find out. So it has nothing to do with the cards. And the reason why I'm saying that is because just if you're not a reader, you don't have this particular deck or whatever it is, it has nothing to do with this, right? You're going to get confirmation from the universe and you're going to get 2 birds on your shoulder or a dragonfly that stares you right in the fucking face. And you're just like, did anybody see that goddamn dragonfly? No, because it was for you. Right? That's really how the universe works. So we're going to get a future. I'm just like, oh, we're going to get a future. Surrender. Surrender. But what for me, I think before this week, surrender felt like lay it down, be a pussy, or I don't use that word, but I apologize if I offended anybody, but I didn't mean to offend anybody or use a word but lay it down. And now surrender for me is feeling like, especially it's the heart chakra color. I thought this was a heart chakra card. Let's see what's on the bottom. Union. Man. Surrender. The energy of surrender supports us to let go of, and it even has it in parentheses, illusionary control, and yield to the flow and love of life. Yeah, this feels like receiving to me. What are we receiving? Expectations. Surrender your expectations. That feels like a wrap right there. Right? Surrender your expectations. There's stability. Yeah. Surrender your expectations. I'm just like, I can't get over that. Am I? Expectations of what? All right, I am going to ask the little baby enchanted. Expectation of what? See, I'm already putting expectations of loyalty. Of loyalty. Interesting. We did have union on the bottom. Endings. Stability. Union. Interesting. It'll be interesting to see what the week brings. Thank you so much for coming in with me. I feel like this is a good place to end. I know it feels like I'm kind of like leaving us hanging, but I feel like, I don't know, I was just like, surrender your expectations. I'm like, I gotta go to work, and like, what expectations did I have for the week that I need to surrender? You know, hopefully not the one that gets me my glasses. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye.